Oh, my head is not in the right place. What's going on here? Come on, camera. We got this. Go back to being functional, please. All tighter. Like sideways and upward. Hello, everybody. I feel like I'm like... Doesn't matter. We're back. Alterium shift development tonight. Working more on getting smashed. I mean, using the smash ability for Pyra. So I have Sage on tonight. And yeah, so that was fun on Saturday. I have a lot of video editing to do. That will be a blast, I'm sure. Hope you all are having a good night tonight. I think I'll put code. I'll go to the code. Yeah? Okay. Code. I did not necessarily prepare a lot tonight. Partially because my kids are getting into Minecraft again. They've had Minecraft for a while. And they want me to play Minecraft with them, which is great. It just meant that instead of doing stream prep activities after work, I played Minecraft. And I was reminded why I don't play Minecraft anymore, because I'm a full-time person, full-time work. And the thought of just using my time to hammer at walls just feels like work. And they want to do survival mode. Why is my camera so camera-y? They want to do survival mode, so can't just do creative and I guess I don't know why it's so hard for me to get this set tonight. It feels weird. So they don't want to do creative mode. So now I gotta, hammer walls, basically. Or maybe I smash the walls, because we're gonna get smashed, friends. I mean, like, smashing things. So the last time I worked on Alterium Shift, I added ability for Pyra to smash things. Then I realized one fundamental problem. The non-dynamic objects on the scene don't have any method of accessing them directly at all. The only thing that we can access is the location of them, but we can't even get access to the object that they represent, because the game object is not instantiated at runtime. At least the game object association is not. The object's obviously there on the scene, but the data has no association. So that gave me an idea. I'm going to make my own method. We are going to get crazy with this. We're going to start the evolution of this engine. The strangler pattern is real, friends. And we are going to strangle the crud out of this. If I can find where I'm going to do this. I think I just have a map. There we go. So this is sort of where I've been adding stuff that overrides or steals from the core engine. And I realized that what I really need is to take over their map object with my own. So they have something called a map object instance that represents their data and their map object, which is here. Oh no, can I not get to it? We get the map. Nothing map data. My typing is not typing for some reason. Map object instance. There it is. It lives inside map data. So they have this thing, which apparently all it is no. Oh, that's a constructor. So it's like a reference to the information and their data for viewing and their position of it and stuff. So I don't want to use any of that at all. I'm going to make my own method, my own approach. So now the question is, I think what I want to do is make a map game object. Is that too confusing? I was going to call it a game map object, but I can see here I have these things like map event, right? So we're going to try this, see if it works. The first thing I'm going to do is something crazy. Make it a mono behavior for now. Because all I really need to do is find out the object as it relates to its position. And thankfully, Smile Game Builder does use a position that uses the grid in Unity, so I'm able to correlate a map object's location to a location on the scene, in the scene. Although I need to go check something real quick here. I'm pretty sure that everything that is not a 2D character is a 3D object. I think that's kind of one of their rules that they have, where if you're going to add an object onto a scene, it has to be a 3D object of some sort, I think. Otherwise, it's a character and it's not a map object. If I go into the summiton and the static data, I don't think we'll have any billboard object. If we do, I will be sad, but we're not. Okay. As you can see, all these objects are actually going to be 3D objects of some sort, which is great, because that means all I really need to do is add my thing to it. I guess I could take over object info. That's their object, right? Let me see. I want to see how they use it now. Yeah, so they only use it to find things, and this is only used during their static loading events. So one of the things, hey Saro, well, Monty, does your game utilize Unity's timeline at all, or cutscenes, or? I don't use any sort of animation timeline at all. No. All the cutscenes that we have are scripted cutscenes. Most of them are using our node system. Some of them are using actual code. I'm not sure how you would do it with a timeline anyway. The thing about a timeline, it's a rigid recording, right? So you can't do it. I don't think. Can you do? Maybe you can. Can you do dynamic things? Which, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I can't help you. So the problem with this is it's basically like a recording, right? Is there a way to do dynamic things? Animated humanoid. I suppose you could make it trigger actions too. I don't want to dynamically create a timeline, but we have some situations where, because the way our dialogue branches, different characters can be in different places, and I don't want to have to worry about saying, like, if it's this one character, go there. Instead, I'll say, take this character and move them to that location, to that person. My attacks use it, but I'm getting an issue on build only. The editor, it works fine. And compile. You get a different behavior, or you get an error. but there's no error because how are you instantiating it? Are you using have you disabled the static initializers in your build settings? Are you initializing your timeline statically somehow? Are there multiple timelines being loaded at once? Or is it timeline hanging on to a value from the last run? Or is it literally like it says attack in one direction and attacks in different? I guess I should probably know more about. I don't know if I can help you. 99% of the time, it executes exactly the same. Oh, so sometimes it doesn't? Are you sure that's just an editor issue? But like, what does it do? I'm so curious. I don't know if I can help you, but I'm curious anyway. Tell me it in like explicit bleeding detail as I figure out how I'm going to do this thing I want to do. I'm going to make my own object. I think I am going to call it a map game object. I'm just going to add it to every object I can find. I'm in a build right now, but I have a GIF of it in editor. You mean you're gonna show? You want to show your GIF? Show me the money. Let me level set. Every time I do it in editor, it works 100% the way I want it. Every time? Oh, but when you build it. Yeah, there's clearly a reason for that. I've had to deal with differences between builds. Not with timelines though. But there's a couple of are you sure you're not relying on something that's editor only? I love your game. Difference in the build is the character does not move to the endpoint. So when you do that like chain lightning thing, so here the character doesn't attack. So your timelines can be dynamic in terms of where the characters go. I feel like I've dealt with problems like this in different ways. Hey, Tom Sutton. What's up? You need to build another copy of your project. Hey, Mendoza, what is up, yo? Okay, so we're going to do... We'll make it a map position. I think I would want to do the actual like map coordinate for the object. So it's going to be an int vector. Private. Do I want to make it private? I don't really think I need to make it private. Well, I don't want to create a new one every time either. Yeah, public. Int vector. Wait, is it vector3 int? Map position? Probably map position. Position's more generically termed. Hope you're doing well tonight, Mendoza. Okay, So on awake, private, void. You can do it on awake. Here's what we have to do. We have to figure out how map object. Tom, how's your game going? Your relaunch, swizzle of your game. There is something like point. Okay, so this is how this works. They use 0.5 minus to get. If I go back to this map and look at this tree, we need to remove. Would we add it then? That. How do we figure this out? I could look at the character, but the player is not in the right position. So where's an object? I can find it out by looking at one of our objects. Okay, just doing the music. That's cool. Apologies for drop frames. My computer's maxed out. No worries. I'm just curious to see. Oh my gosh, look at all these drop frames. Ugh, this is disgusting. Do you know what's possible here? It could be a race condition. So one of the things that would make me think it would be a race condition is that a build is likely going to be faster than your editor. So there might be a timing thing where when you trigger this effect, I think you just hide the character, right? They don't move. Whatever is supposed to happen at the end, because you see how he does an action right afterwards. They don't understand that either. So that action is stopping it from moving because it wins the race condition. So here, you move the camera. How is that action? When he reappears, you're still in mid timeline, though. Well, I don't know how, because I don't know what your timeline looks like. Like if this is the full timeline and it's literally just discrete, but one of the things I've had to fight with the engine that I'm using is external influences on the actions or activities I'm trying to do. So you're doing something here. Let me explain though. You're controlling the character with a timeline, but is there anything else influencing the character's position? Is there anything that you have that does anything to the character's position to set it or change it in any way? It's impressive, by the way, that you were able to set up the exact same scenario. It looks almost like the same video, but with bug. Shouldn't be. In fact, influence character's position is a nightmare. I don't mean in the timeline. I mean external to the timeline. Because I've seen that with like the Smile Game Builder stuff messing with Unity. I try to make something happen and then it like resets things. Oh, okay. Sounds like a heck of a problem. What's data-oriented programming? Tell me more about it. DOP? Every time you mention it, Mendoza, I'm going to say, What's that? Tell us more. Do you have a data-oriented programming environment? Because that would be dope. Oh, I probably made that joke before too. Okay, so I need to figure out. I think I have to remove the 5. I think that when this thing here happens, these positions, the X, Y, Z values, are not the game object X, Y, Z value. I guess I can just try it. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? So I'm going to assume that every value has first been made absolute. So then what we're going to do is make a new map position. And then we'll use the current position of the object. So it'll be transform. Can you make it like math dot abs? Can you make it absolute? Glitch assassin, they put the follow. Map position equals. Can you math abs a vector? No. Can you do math f dot abs? Cannot resolve. Candidates are float. So I'd have to do it with each value. I can't. Gotta be a way to do it like an absolute. I am not a bot. Skyrim is my favorite game. Skyrim might be Glitch Assassin's favorite game. I don't know. I was gonna play Skyrim once, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Hey, they followed. I'm pretty easy like that. I think you need to abs vector components individually. I know, but I want to. This is the problem, but also the thing I think is so great about me. See, Glitch Assassin is giving me rim shots. That can't be a bot. Bots never give me rim shots. Can I math.abs vector 3? Let's see. Speaking of bots, listen, bots are my friends. You're on a roll. Bolt the dope and took the arrow. That's an error. I'll take an error. I was going to code in dope, but then I took an error to the knee. Let's see. No. Damn it. I have to try, you know? That's annoying. I don't want to. It's going to make me math abs every single freaking value. Fine. Could int it. Int would chop off. If their logic chops it off, making it an int is probably acceptable. What about force converting a vector 3 to can I just cast it? I know I said force converting, but all right, lurk it off, baby. I mean, whatever. No, so it'll make me round it. That's but I don't want to round it. I just want to, like, I literally just want to lop it off. So I guess we'll do that. And then this dot map position. Write an extension method to math f. That's a good idea. And then I'll get so used to using it, I'll go use someone else's code. I'll work on a different project. Like, why is this not working? How come this thing that I always use and rely upon isn't functioning? Oh, because I made an extension method for one stupid use case because I'm too lazy to put 3 values in a line. The problem is these things, like, they can almost weigh you down. Because then you're like, well, now I got to make a library that I'm going to take with me wherever I go. Because I've made all these useful extension methods. So I might as well library. Then you might as well open source it. Then you end up making an open source thing of all your cobbled together things. And then everyone starts using it. And then they start complaining because you didn't make the best library ever. Because it just started by you making, some solutions. And no, I never did this. And no, I'm not bitter. Because I honestly have never done that. I've always dreamed of making one of those things. An open source library. It's always been my dream. But I've never done it. I've done a couple things, but it's never materialized into anything. Okay. So if my calculations are correct. So what I want to do then is when the map loads, I want to find all of these things and shove the mono behavior on them. Now, I know I could do it statically, and I'll probably, at some point, write something that goes through every scene and does this, but I don't want to do that right now. So I got to think of where I want to apply this. Where do I want to apply this? I did it in the game engine. So what I need to do is I need to make the Smile Game Builder nonsense do this. So map data is where all the map data is loaded. Is there a static SGB static? No, of course not. I don't think there's even any logic that accesses this thing in real time. Is it SGB static? Yeah. Oh, this is SGB static. So object name, static object name contains. So I guess it just gets it. Oh, that's my scene configuration manager. Oh, I could do it here actually. No, I can't. Can I? No, this is part of my import. So I could do it as part of my import process. At some point, I can shove all these values in because I've made a method to do that. So what I'm going to do then for Meow is steal this, and I'll go in my game engine, and I'll do it in here. Or actually, I have to do it in game engine player. I don't even know what joke I made that you gave me the rim shot for. Okay, so when we awake, I have to do this when the game is running. So on awake, game engine initialize. So how would I want to do this? Do I want to do this in this place? Kind of do. You know what I can do for now, actually? Because this is all, this is what's needed for the smash ability, what I'll do is I'll put it in. So, it's kind of cheating a little bit. But I'm okay with that. So what I need to do... oh man, I feel like do... How do I get the recently loaded scene? Right. I don't know the answer to that either. But luckily, I got my trusted robot friend here. Glitch Assassin. Oh, I mean, Copilot. Exactly what a robot would say. He glitched. It's robot. How can I search for game object across all? I don't really want to do all active scenes, but you can search for game object all active scenes by iterating over the scenes. I don't want to do that. Oh, gross. There's another way to get that. I think I can get it from somewhere else. It'd be in the engine itself, though. So that's going to be... I think it's like Unity Util. Okay. Object list. Get root game objects. There we go. So, what? No, scene. Get scene by build index. Fudge. This does not get used during the loading, I don't think. Is scene active? Oh, look at that. I did it here. Oh, buddy. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. I'm happy. So this is the thing that retains it. There's a static method. Oh boy. Get active scene. Okay, so this is okay. Good. Okay, I don't give a flip. I'm just gonna use their stupid garbage here. So I have it. So now I need to get every object, right? So for each. Oh my god. For each. I want to do map game object. I just want to do can you do dot children? Let me see. Transform dot children. Oops. Dot get children. Oh, they don't have get children. Oh, it's so annoying. You and your stupid not wanting to do things. It would be smarter not to do a for each loop, but this is only going to run once, so we're okay. We're going to get every single object, and we're just going to shove a map game object in there. So we need to include the map game object. If it equals null, then we're going to shove it in there. I can definitely think, that's for sure. What were we talking about? Who are you people? What's my name? Why is the sky blue? So this will give me, theoretically, objects. We'll let this rebuild for funsies while I go look at how I want to do this here. So previously I had this code here that got map object instances. And then Jacob was like, hey, why is there double lighting and why are things all messed up? It's because this is only meant to be used when the app is first getting bootstrapped on like import. And it ends up double adding objects all over the place. Like, I don't want to unpack that. I'm just going to solve it my own way. So for each transform child and transform, it does? Well, I think it's less clear, so I'm not going to do it that way. And this is, I would consider this, I'll even put a note here just so it makes sense. Note, this should be temporary, Mati. You hear me? This is just for now. You must find a better way to apply this object to all the static. Watching you. I'm not sure what future Matzi is going to say about this. All I can tell you is that this Matzi right now is going to be really upset if future Matzi doesn't change this. Okay? We're going to have words. What is it doing? Right. So, so we are going to also do something else. Since we're here, Future Matzi can't hurt you. Is Future Matzi in the room with us now? Can you hear him? You can hear him laughing in the future. We're gonna do something even more dirty. We're gonna create our list of objects here. Because, you know, let's face it, what I'm actually trying to do right now is prove out a concept. And what I will end up doing in the future is finding a home. Because what's going to happen is I'm trying to replace the way Smile Game Builder does its object mapping. Because what I'd really like to do is not rely on the Smile Game Builder's like method of doing animations and all that stuff. So this is my first step in that direction, I hope. Who knows if it'll work? I think, you know, eventually things work. So I'm going to say I know if it'll work because it will. Oh, it's called Map Object Instant. Why is this called Map Game Object? This is dumb. Why did you do this, Matzi? Static objects. So we're getting all the static objects. And then this is going to be the... Oh, bollocks. Take it slow. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And then we want to say... Boom. Okay. So now we'll have the whole list. I think that means we can do this a little bit nicer. No, not really. I guess not. So and I shouldn't do 4 eaches here, by the way. It really should be, well, let me think. This only happens when we swipe. It's fine. You know, there's a trade-off on performance versus convenience. Sometimes. If you don't have to be performant, you don't always have to be performant. But we're going to make this the map position.x. And I'm, oh my god, what happened here? I don't think we do map position.y in this case, though. We do map position.z. Because this is, we're only doing the horizontal plane, we're not doing the vertical. And then this is going to be if we get a character. Okay. Thank you, by the way, to Tree Squirrel Pants for the gifted sub last time. They're super nice. Okay. You know, we'll find out what happens. I've got this, like, it's hard for me when I do these sort of side things because I'm working on story. I'm loving working on story almost exclusively now. But then I get these little, oh, now, if I'm trying to figure out how to just use game objects directly, I think I now know how I can completely skip all the Smile Game Builder stuff. And by the way, that is complete bupkis. The whole reason I didn't go this route in the beginning is because the amount of things I have to know and the way their engine works and how I would work around them without like conflicting, it's a lot. And I know a lot more now, but there's no way I'm just gonna throw something together that completely overrides or skips through their stuff. Oh, dang. There's no way. Dump, smile, pure unity, Kappa face. You know, I don't know why you're giving me that face that's being serious. I was told that means you're being like genuine and authentic. That's what that means, right? The Kappa is like the epitome of seriosity. Boom. Okay, so I don't actually even know if the whole dynamic nonsense works. Let's find out. No. No. So then, did it? Oh, right, because this. Okay, wait. Game loaded. This wouldn't work anyway because it'd have to be on map loaded. So let me see if I have that in my map scene. On map loaded. On game loaded. Game loaded. On game. Okay. I mean, I know why that didn't work, so. Because I'm a dum-dum. Hey, dum-dum, you give me gum-gum? Map loaded. Oh, I do have a uni action for that. Did I use it? Yes. Okay. So we're gonna use that one. Oh, also, I'm really a dum-dum because it shouldn't even be that. Okay, so public void on map loaded. And then here. Did I not make that public? Oh, why did I make that one static? What did I? The beauty is it means whatever the reader wants it to mean. Flexibility. Kappa. No, it doesn't. It has a very specific meaning. Don't tempt me with your lies, Sorrow. Your game is looking pretty hot, by the way. Just wanted to throw that out there. On a scale of hot or not, I'd say it's hot. I just can't shake the feeling that there's a race condition in there somewhere, or there's some property to the object that the editor allows, but the other doesn't. I haven't done the final polish pass, but I'm glad it looks presentable for now. Is it, where are you at in your development? Is it like demoable soon? Or something else? The same gut feeling as you. The build that's currently compiling is essentially solving the potential race condition. Yeah, the problem is if you don't solve the race condition, you're never going to know. And it's going to be something stupid. It's always with just, you know, like with utter certainty, when you get dumb stuff like this, the problem and solution's also typically pretty dumb, in my experience. It's always something just like, oh, it's because I had this debug line that I put in there, or I did this thing that kind of like affects this other thing that then creates a chain reaction and affects my one thing, but because it was in the editor and just slightly slower, it wasn't appearing. It could be like the timeline you created has some property that affects it differently. Have the design philosophy as a solo indie dev. Make all your systems before content. So I have tons of useful systems to help create content very fast, but I've been resisting the urge to create tons of content. Yeah, I know. There's any new system I make will break Yeah, I think that I've given up on that idea. I used to be that way, and I've experienced enough bad outcomes that I decided that was not the way. This is not the way. So I'm not hitting anything yet, but I did have objects. Holy bowls! What the 77? What is even going on, Wallaber? How did you get so popular? Hey everybody, I'm Motzi. Thanks for the follow, Mudbound Dragon. Welcome, Wallaber. Wallaber got popular because Wallaber is amazing. We are traveling back in time with this raid from 1998 Parking Garage Rally to Alterium Shift. Yeah, exactly, back in time. You got tons of raids, and people stayed. Whop. 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 I wonder if I could, like, get it to trigger. Hey, Sorrow, you need to ask Wallaber about your problem. I bet Wallaber can help you fix it. Wallaber is a genius. Wallaber, I'm still one of your founding members, right? Was I the first subscriber on your channel? I love this too. Thanks, Pladen. FL Aiden. Wallaber, are you familiar with Timeline Unity? Yeah, Sorrow has a timeline that's not behaving properly. This is, by the way, this is Alterium Shift. This is the game I'm working on. Look at it on the Steams. Right there. Alterium Shift. This is even an older vid because we got all sorts of new stuff coming. And new features and capabilities that I've been working on. We're a little behind on getting the updates out, but that's because reasons that we can't discuss yet, but we will at some point. So now I've relegated myself on streaming to work on all the little things I wanted to work on. Motzi has led you astray. Oof. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorrow. Wallaber doesn't use things he makes all of his own stuff. But Wallaber is a top-notch debugger. Wallaber is amazing. Wallaber he can never have touched any of your code, and he can come fix it, even when your code has no ternary operators. It's weird. Like, I know that really he can only read code that has ternary operators, but somehow he manages to struggle through it when he reads my code. The ternary free code. I think there's like one. I think I poured one ternary out for my homie Wallaber sometime in the past. Okay, so we added these objects. You gotta start from the ternaries and work outward. Yes, exactly. In your case. I mean, that's like any coding, right? You start with small bits. I use plenty of ternaries. That can't be a problem. I literally just told one of my developers last week that ternaries are banned from our code, and he must go back and fix all of the ternaries. I do web development, and one of the things AngularJS encourages is the use of ternaries in your code. Okay, so I want to see if I'm getting map game objects here. I want to see what we're ending up with here. I got a stupid debugger it now. All right, see you later. Have a good one. Bye. Wallaber, thanks for the raid. You have a good night and stuff. Oh, dang it. Stop playing. There's this weird problem where if you don't... Hey, Foxen, thanks for the follow. Follower. Now we wait. So I'm Motzi. I make stuff. Mostly, I do bad dad jokes and do Unidev. On Saturday, I did a little bit of RPG in the box. Tutorializing, though. I'm so bright, my mom calls me son. True. Guess I'll do another one. Why are Teslas so expensive? Because they charge a lot. So you could make like a joke about it being in a lot. I have a terrible fear of tsunamis. It comes in waves. Yes. Sorry to the victims of any tsunamis. Yawning Goblin. Oh, dang indeed. Apologies. Kind of. We're kind of in that sorry, not sorry phase. Or maybe it's sorrow, not sorrow phase. Because sorrow was the one that did the last joke. Sure, sorrow. Appreciate the sorrow humor. Or is it sorrow? Sorrow. I never used the sound on this because reasons. Okay, so we don't care about you. I do a lot of debugging over the weekend. Schrodinger's timeline animation, it's there, but it isn't. Did you try creating a new one from scratch? I hear that's what game devs do when they run into problems. They just go and like create it all from scratch. And I don't mean like from the beginning. I mean like use the Scratch programming language. Amusingly, I saw somewhere that fixed a problem on the forums. What? Yeah, it did. It does. I made new material, assigned the shader, and it didn't get stripped anymore, so it works. I know. Hashtag not a bug. Have we achieved the next thing we want to do here? Wait a minute. Oh, right. Okay. So let's see what our map objects look like. Do you all suppose that's a lot? Do you think 1,500 map objects, do you think that might be too many? That feels like a lot. That feels like more objects than are legitimately on the screen. And apparently, what the flip? Why are there so many? Wait, why is it giving me? Oh, I never math abs it. Oh, I'm a dummy. Okay, hold on. There can't be that many. Can there be that many? Are there really 1,500 objects on the map? No. It can't be. Does that look like that? No. Okay, let's count. One, two. Is there a way to just like see how many children it has? It doesn't look like 1,500 to me. Maybe, well, the map terrain, in my logic here, the map terrain I think actually became an object, didn't it? Oh, crap. We gotta fix some things. I'll help. 3, 4. Let's count together. We'll get to 1,500 in no time. I don't think there's 1,500 objects. So we got two problems going on here. One, well, we got many problems. One is the problem is that I'm trying to make code work. So let's see here. This is a little sus. And I think this object is actually static. There's a static call. Get active scene. I'm a little concerned about this. So ostensibly, this is indicating let's be more. Okay, hold on. Let's be a little bit more smart about this. So first off, we're going to do static game object dot transform dot child count because that's probably smarter. And then the second thing we're going to do is we're not going to use a flippin' for each stupid thing. We're going to convert this to an if of a regular for, not a. And instead of doing objects.length, get rid of that garbage. We're going to use the child count here. And then instead of doing static objects, whatever, we're going to do static game object dot. There you go. Okay. So that hopefully will be less. The second thing we have to do is in our dumb map object nonsense. I know it's here somewhere. We're going hunting. Okay. we need to int and abs it. So we're gonna do math abs int. I don't think we have to do math. I don't know why I have to do math. You know, I went to college. I got a degree. Computer science requires you to get a math logicking thing. You know stuff about math. I'm not good at math. I'm okay at math. I'm okay at math if I apply myself. I never wanted to apply myself. But I'm not okay with physics. And video gaming is a lot of physics. And if anything, that is really the problem. Physics. I didn't like the ambiguity. I know physics isn't ambiguous, but math is like, here's a formula, do the math. But physics has all these symbols and different logic. I'm sure it wouldn't have been that hard. The real problem was my introduction to physics was on a ship in the middle of the ocean, and the person teaching me was a lieutenant that didn't know, a lieutenant like in the military, who didn't really know up from down. And so he's trying to teach us physics. I'm like, I can't do this. This guy's dumb. So I didn't. I have a real hard problem learning from people. It's okay. In 100 years, they will look back at our understanding of physics and laugh. Well, I read a book once that was very interesting. Once. The only book I've ever read, but it was pretty cool. That I've read more than one book, to be clear. I should probably turn off my debugger. I don't think I need my debugger now, but we'll turn it off for now so it doesn't slow things down too much. Turn it off. It's still there, but anyway, and it explored this idea that at the beginning of the forming of the universe, presuming there was a big bang and everything like flying away from the center somewhere, the physics in that point was different than the physics are now. And there's like an advanced human civilization exploring this alien artifact planet. And they realized that the aliens of that time had different physics because of their position in time in the galaxy, which is a very curious idea that over a long enough time, the things that we rely upon as foundational physics could change based upon, structural universal changes that are happening. I knew gravity wasn't 9.81 milliseconds squared. Milliseconds? Mass over the speed of light squared? My experiment said 9.8. I got AC. I don't know what you... I mean, it would only take a slight nudge to get some differences, right? All right. So we're not finding anything smashable. Did we end up with a better number, though? Did I even output the number? Where's the number? I debugged it. Where's the debug number? 660. That is probably more accurate. Not 1500. That's, I'm more optimistic about that outcome. Let's go see if we can get smashed here. Oh, debug. Enhance. 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 Come on. Enhance. Where's my debugger? I just turned it on, didn't I? Oh. High-res method of enhancement is destroying things. Just be clear. 660 seems like a much better number. I have to learn dot product and cross products to rotate my camera the hard way. Ooh, wait. But I was told how much I use linear algebra in game dev. If I was told how much, I probably would have taken it more seriously. Yeah, I don't know if I would have taken it more seriously, though. Okay, so this is where I'm trying to figure out. So map position. Oh, fudge. So the other problem is... God. Okay, okay, but we're not going to smash a house. Pyra shouldn't be able to smash an entire house down, okay? We're not going to deal with that. That's a little bit into the world of the absurd. But let's see, what position are we comparing? Oh. Wait, but I'm inting it. 44 and 60. And then 53, 59, because we're inting it. Okay, so I would need to find if there's a rock in here. I know this will never trigger. I've got to figure out, like, what... I mean, theoretically, if now the math is, like, the positions are a little bit better, I should be able to, like, hit around an object and maybe hit it, right? I feel like I should be able to... Okay. There you go. So I'm off by something, right? Off by 1. We have 51, 51. Okay. And this is going to be what? Like the rock? Tall grass. Okay. So we hit tall grass. This is not going to be very clear. Not a very scientific test. How do I hit rock? That's what I want to know. Not rock bottom, just rock. How do I hit rock's bottom? Throw a Stone Cold Steve Austin at him. Ooh, I got 2 of them. Okay. So I did hit the small rock. That's actually cool. So I hit it pointing to the right. Maybe the positions are correct. But I didn't hit it pointing up. Tall grass. And tall rock. Okay. Maybe I'm hitting it. No. The upsy downsies is not working. So that means the coordinates we're using for up and down, no bueno. I have no idea what that debug statement is too. Like what is it outputting? What's that number? Oh, the direction. I see. I'm logging the direction. Okay. So one theory would be that the up and down are reversed. And that is actually true. Up and down are the wrong directions. But easy peasy, Pyra squeezy. But not really. I wouldn't try squeezing Pyra. She's not really, nice all the time. She's likely to stick you with her pointy thing. -1 is up. Yes. Are you saying that because you're disappointed? Confused? Sad? Lonely? Tell me more. I should put a joke up or something. Okay, so let's do this again. Theoretically. Now we're gonna have fun because I'm pretty sure this is gonna work And if it does, we're going to just break everything. I mean, I'm not even going to bother doing anything correctly. I'm just going to break the crap out of everything. So let's see. Only if it works, obviously. Oh, why'd I do that? Okay. So one of the other thing I have to figure out is, if we're going to do this, how do we want the effect to work, right? Okay. Now we're finding smashable objects. Now we can get smashed. Let's go break stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to say map game object, set active false, and this dot, there you go. We're going to break the crap out of everything, folks. It'll be fun. There's not going to be any fancy effects, but what do you call a dog in a submarine? A subwoofer. Oh, was it on that one submarine that went down? What's so difficult about eating a clock? It's time, because I've seen these ones before. I gotta update my bot, so instead of doing a predefined list, it just like prompts. To those people who play loud music on the train, where do you get off? See, it'd be a better joke. It was all in caps. You'd have to yell at them because they're playing loud music. There's layers of jokes. There's like snooty layer jokes. And more like pig nose I gave you. Guess that's snooty. So if my calculations are correct, I can just go make everything disappear. I made my map object disappear. Here we go. We're gonna go do some disappearing of things. You ready for this? Control Shift QQ. Control Shift QQ. Checking about using Vim. Boop. Boop. Uh-oh. That didn't go well. Oh, right, because I'm looping through the stupid list. So, that you shouldn't do that. Say to remove then that joke. What do you call a bee that lives in America? A US bee. Okay, wait, there's another thing I gotta do, I just realized. Right now, the character will disappear. So what I need to do then is take this code and put that here. Oh, no, I have to do, okay. For each to remove, set active false. Then we say this dot, there we go. I'm going to rebuild it again. I should probably undebug it. What did the ghost say to the bee? Wait, what did the ghost say to the bees? Boo, bees! Press Control Shift QQ to unlock a colorful keyboard. Ooh, that's adorable. I don't want to. Alright, so now we're going to do rebuild. Yeah, I know what that does, so I get it. That joke. Where do naughty rainbows go? Prism. Scientists got bored watching the Earth turn, so after 24 hours, they called it a day. But that's like when it completely rotates. What else would you do? Would you just keep counting it? Every rotation? Make a day a period of night and day at the same time? Now we're going to go break stuff and take names. Boom. Oh, wait, that's not a static object. Let's make the sign go away. Oh, yeah. Buy everything. We're going to just take... Oh, there we go. Can't get rid of the other object. Let's go get... Got rid of the bush. It's kind of... The timing is weird, and the object's collision doesn't go away, but that's okay. Because right now, I'm just having fun. We're going to clean up this town. What if I can get rid of a house? I don't know where I gotta find like the house hitbox. Oh. I'm pretty sure the objects will come back, right? Yeah, they come back. I missed it. What? Oh, is this talkable? Oh, it's fine. That one's not talkable though. It can go away. The hitbox needs to be a little bit more generous, I think. Well, it would need to be more generous if I was doing a swipe. Oh, I see it's a cluster. So one problem is like right now it just does it by the point as opposed to the bound. So what I probably need to do is get like the bounds of whatever object is in there. Can I talk to the tree? No. Hi, tree. I mean, look, it's not elegant yet, but it worked-ish. I'm curious if we leave this in as something you can do in town, if people are literally going to just run around town breaking everything. The problem is they'll start hitting people. I don't know what I don't know what I want to do about that. If you can hit people, it just seems wrong for some reason. I do love that I can just hit random stuff and make it go away, though. And that rock probably doesn't go away. Okay. So, first use case proven, at least. Now I need to figure out what I want to do about bounds. Can I get rid of a house? I want to know. I don't know where the point is on the house. Because it's only doing it by an individual point. Tyra's gone mad. She's hitting everything in town. And now it's all broken. Can I get rid of the line? Just, you know, Tyra's here to clean up this town. Okay. So, that's, you know, phase 2, I guess. Phase 2 was proving we can hit things and make them go away. Phase 3 is going to be... I'm just making this up. We need to find out what the bounds are of the object. How do I get that information? How do I live without you? I want to know. I'd have to look at the objects. Let's see here. What tree are you? There you go. So does this have bounds? There's got to be a way to get the total bounds of an object. A tree doesn't make sense though, because I want to do it from like this level. Okay, let me see if I can find a different object. What about these clusters? So we do have a sense of the bounds. Let's see if our old friend Copilot can figure this out. Come on, you got this. There you go. For my code on line 105, how would I determine the bounds of the object based on objects? Based on side of the basically, I want to see if the hero position nice. I could do a collider. But then I have to go add a colliders to everything, and I don't know if I want it. I do like that when you do these searches, it never really tells you can't do things. Oh, it's very much like, hey, we can solve any problem. But it's a lot. I don't know if you guys seen the movie, The Fifth Element. The Fifth Element, there's a scene where Bruce Willis is in a firefight on a floating yacht. Sorry. Spoiler alert. And there's this like muscly deaf guy who's wearing one of those like curly wig things. And he's like, throw me the gun. And the guy's like, huh? Yeah. The gun. There's like a gun right in front of the guy. And he reaches forward towards the gun and Bruce Willis like, yeah. And the guy grabs these balls that have a line and throws them. And he's like, what? And that, to me, that's what ChatGPT and Copilot are sometimes. Like, the gun's right next to them. And if you give them the clarity, they'll figure it out. But sometimes they're just like, you want these? Is this what you want? Okay, what is this doing? Determine the hero position within a horizontal slice object. Yeah, but I don't have a collider in here, I don't think. I'm a collider. Oh, there's a mesh collider. Oh, there is a mesh collider. Right, because I think I added mesh colliders to everything. I had to add colliders for the shadow behind effect. Ooh, okay. So then we can say actually that's cool. These so mesh colliders everywhere. I know. Listen, there's only so much I can do in the scope of dealing with this problem. We shouldn't have mesh colliders everywhere. What I will say, that's not the culprit of performance issues. Mesh colliders are nothing compared to the performance issues I've had to fix. In fact, it's like, why not use it? Clearly that's not having any negative impact on the performance. Stats are at what? Oh, it's going to be hard to show. The problem right now is like the stats. Well, I don't know if there's another reason, but when I'm streaming, the stats aren't going to look good. When I'm not streaming, that's 100 FPS. It's maybe still not isn't the best, but not as bad as it could be. Like I think in here, this is more like what is in this area. That's what it looks like. That's like almost 180 or something when I'm not streaming. Mesh colliders are great. We love them. We use them for everything. That's how we code, how we roll. And then we optimize later. Okay, what do we got here? What do we got? What do we got? I kind of don't, I mean, I kind of do want to add non-mesh colliders. But I think it would have some effect on the shadow behind. We just use bound and expand. Yeah, this is cool. So we'd have to do this for every single thing. I mean, listen, I'm all about it. Let's just YOLO. Let's just see what happens. You know what, Copilot? This is your time to shine. Everyone's watching you. So don't mess up, okay? Because if you mess up, you're never going to get a chance again. That's a total lie. I don't use Copilot and ChatGPT quite as much as I did at first. But I still, you know, I can't quit on it. I still come back. I won't give up on us. Now, there is a little bit of a problem here. This position is the map-based position. So I think what I have to do is convert this value to a negative value, because I think all of the x values are negative. Can I do that? Times. I think that is what I have to do. Maybe. I know. I'm sure all the people who rated Wallaber enjoyed the fact that when Wallaber works on his code, he kind of explains it because he's smart and a teacher. Like he teaches college level courses on game programming and game design. So you're like, now see here, you know, what we got to do is solve this problem. You see, here's the problem right here. It's like when you get on this thing and you need to write some code, first you start with ternary operators. I don't do that. Not only because I don't write ternary operators, but because, you know, Wallaber's smart. Like, smart. I'm not dumb, but Wallaber is like, you all know what I'm talking about. Accidentally drank a bottle of invisible ink. I'm in the hospital now, waiting to be seen. I actually like that one. I don't recall telling that one before. Do you know what the opposite of ladyfingers is? Mentos. You ever see that weird Mentos commercial where the guy's nipples are like little antenna? I can't remember if that was a joke commercial or if it was real. Boom. Houston, we have a problem. Warning, incoming game. I'm the incoming game and this is the reboot show. You know, I never thought about this, but I bet you I can use the ability on the overmap. Oh man, that is great. Okay. So we might need to rethink this slightly. This is what peak performance looks like, friends. Alt Control Delete. Alt Control Delete. Pyra's is deleting the world. Good thing the character movement is not based upon those objects being there. Because we'd be in a heck of a problem otherwise. Oh man, okay. So a couple things we need to do, clearly. First off, we need to stop it from applying that object to terrain. We're going to do this. We're going to say if well, I don't want to mess with map terrain, clearly. Because, you know, that whole map terrain thing, not good. That'll prevent that problem. The next thing I need to do is I have to get the actual XYZ value. So I can't use hero position anymore. What I need to do is well, hero.x, hero.y. So what I'll do is I'll make it a vector 3. And then hero.y. Because the y value still has meaning. And then this is hero position.y. Z. I don't know why I'm saying Z. I just like Z. Where's Z? Okay. So that should help. And for the moment, with this nonsense, I'm just going to comment it out. Oh, good. I just spilled water all over my thing. No, it's not risky at all drinking water in front, you know, next to all this electronics. What are you talking about? Perfectly normal. Good thing keyboards are designed to get wet. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. Should I like let it drip out a little bit? Come on. Give me some drips. You got it. It's okay, baby. You got it. Well, it's a little wet in there. The bigger problem is all the sticky stuff inside of it. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. I mean, like, you know, food and stuff. All right. I'm going to drop this thing in here. And hope that survives. Okay. What was I doing? I was doing things. I think I made all the changes. Yeah. All right. All right. Now Pyra. Yeah. What's cooler than being cool? Actually, Pyra's a flame character, so she wouldn't like being cool. She's not cool. See what else we can break. Don't break my stuff. My achy breaky stuff. Well, that didn't work. Did I not compile it? I did. The other thing I did was there's this like XYZ. I don't care about, this doesn't even matter. Oh, I see. I was supposed to, hold on a second. So I wanted to expand the bounds of the collider. What's the name of the terrain? I thought the terrain had map terrain in the name. Yeah, it has, but the name is map terrain. Okay, so why would it not? How am I not myself? I do want to kind of see what the hero position is. I don't need to do this though. I already have the value. So I can just use her. So let's just see what it looks like. Can I debug it? It's not a bug. It's a feature. Oh, Killboy, thank you for... How many resubs has it been? 34 months? Oh, man. Why is 14? Why, I believe, is also the feet. So I need to, like, add 1 so that it's actually at a conceivable height. So let's do this and turn that off. Look, we broke the world. We're gonna leave that running. Who cares? I should probably not put you in here because just in case I get rid of that code. 528. Thanks, anonymous grifter, a gifter. Killbot, Killboy. $34 months? What do I even say now? No. Seriously. What? Okay, so two things. First off, we're gonna add 1 to hero position. So I think adding 1 is right. It's +1. We're gonna make that one go up. And then the bounds that we use, we're going to only expand it by 1/2. And then we gotta figure out why the map terrain is still getting added. It shouldn't be. The static game. Oh no, I see. Wait, what? Static game object. Oh, that's why. I just had the wrong value. Okay. Stop you. Reload you. Hope you're doing well tonight. I hope your game project's going well. Your game prototyping. Good boy. Sorrow, you do have to tell me if your problem is fixed. What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? Tire? What should you do if you're addicted to seaweed? Seek help. This is a test of the emergency Killboy gaming system. This is only a test. When are you going to start streaming again, Killboy? And ignoring me? You were streaming before, and I would talk to you, and then you wouldn't, like, respond to me. I felt sad. I have no plans at this time to publish it. Why not? Itch.io is a great place to publish things. When you choose Itch, you support your local community of indie game devs. Sorry, hope they don't get mad at me for this. Itch.io is the premier place to push your games out there to the world without paying exorbitant platform fees. Wow, I'm doing really bad at this. I was just trying to make up an advertisement for Itch. They wouldn't want to use me for that. I don't think they even have sponsors. I don't think they even sponsor things. Okay, so progress is seen in the fact that now we can slash without breaking the world. So that's good. We don't want to break the world. We do want this to work. But, you know, breaking the world isn't as pleasant. I wonder if it's a mesh collider, if it treats it differently. Yes. So the collider is never... All right, because it's using the collider. Okay, it's assuming there's a collider in the object. So what I do is I get component in the children. I'll just get the first collider I can find. I'm a collider. This is a learning project for me to move on to what I planned. Yeah, I know. I just thought it was cool. I mean, I'm just like, did you at least use some tutorials, or did you literally build all of that from scratch without any help of any sort? Please tell me you used something and it wasn't just like amazingness from the start. Just so I feel better about myself is what I'm trying to say. It's not about you, it's about me, Killboy. How can anyone think the Academy Awards are real? I watched it and it's obvious that everyone there is a paid actor. A conspiracy. All right. Now it's like she hit and then she hides. So does it not find a component in children? Maybe. I'm pretty sure generically, does it have to be a mesh collider, or would it just? I don't. No. So it must always be no. Doesn't just find? Let's push. Armature plane. There's a skinned mesh renderer. But there's a way to get just the bounds of it without a collider. Position, rotation, scale. There's the actually, there's no collider on this at all. Does this have a collider? Yeah, this has a mesh collider. There's got to be a clever way. No, I didn't know it off the top of my head again. There's got to be a clever way. This is where I think I've actually talked to Oliver about this before, and he's like, nope, there's no clever way. You just got to do it the hard way. Like, I don't want to do it the hard way. I want to do it the magical way. Is there a way to get the rough bounds of an object and its children in total without having to use a collider? If I can just sort of roughly estimate. Yes, you can. Calculate bounds. Is that true? We can use the renderer. You can calculate the bounds and all of its children without using collider by iterating over all the mesh filters. We could try that. What I could do is go to my object here, and then I could do public packing rules. Public. I don't want to do it that way though. I want to set it so it's not being calculated. Object. I don't like it when there is a property like this. I always put the word current. I have this thing about the naming conventions, and like this is a properly named class. But if I make the property bounds, then it adds confusion, and that bothers me. So people would say, then just make a public field, and to that I say, nay. Calculate bounds. I'll just do it this way. I guess theoretically this could become like some kind of reusable thing, but so calculate bounds, transform position, renderer, encapsulate, return bound. Love makes share. Hey, Mati makes hair. No hair. How are you? Love makes share. LMS. Current bounds equals will that work? What is it going to say? Make it static? Yeah, shut your face. Make your face static. This isn't like it because I named it something that's like common. So we use that. Then we can go back to our smashing ability. And instead of using lighter, because we're working with this particular object, we should just be able to do this and that and bounds. The only reason I didn't just use it directly is because I'm lazy. In case you're wondering. Look at Pyra just hiding behind the bush. What happens to the frogs when they park illegally? They get towed. But that's only when they forget where they park. Forget. Frog's like, I better hop to it and get back to my parking spot. What are you talking about? What are you talking? I dreamt about mufflers last night. I woke up this morning exhausted. These are jokes, folks. Luckily for everyone that stayed around, it's 10:30 and it's a work night. What does that mean? It might mean that I might not stick around forever. I still might have to expand the bounds. Let's see if we can get the bounds. At least this way we should be able to get something. So current bounds. Oh, right. Hold on a second. Hero position. The question is going to be, are we ever going to get bounds that are close? The answer is going to be, I have no idea. It's 63 and -3. Are these map values and negative values? No. X and Y are negative though. Why is that? That's not negative. This position is fucking, you just like somewhere completely off in La La Land. Oh, I see, because I'm not using this. Okay. So -50, 15. So that position's okay. I guess I could always just use the center point. I could just like create something out of the center of it. So it is a negative, a positive. Okay. So can I just create a bound out of a point? I'm sure the position is the bottom here. It's like that the Y value is wherever the bottom is, right? That's where the anchor is. So we're flying away. Come sail away. Can I get this to work reasonably? I could add a collider up from the position, or I could create bounds. Nice. Let's do this. So instead of doing this stupidness where I'm like guessing here, let's just do it where we use the position and we create bounds based upon like upward. And calculation. Let's create bounds based on the position, assuming a rectangular box where the bottom center is at the position, goes upward by 2 units out based on a radius. Do you do radiuses with boxes? No. Point. Maybe 0.5? I think I'll do like 1 unit. I don't know if ChatGPT, I don't know if Copilot's gonna get what I'm saying, but I think it understands my gibberish, right? So it's gonna take a position, gonna create a new size, bound center size. Let me see here. No, so center is 1 unit above the position. Okay, that would be okay. 1 unit above. And then it creates a size around that. And then it creates bound. So what it theoretically is doing is it's creating a point that's 1 step above its current location, which is like body height for Pyra. And then it's making a thing around it. That's not terrible. Should work. I almost know what I'm doing around here. I think Wallaber got jealous because I used ChatGPT too much. He used to always say, Wallaber, get on a call with me. Help me solve problems. Actually, I think Wallaber's relieved. I used to, Wallaber, help me solve these problems. The genie asked, what's your first wish? Steve replied, I wish I was rich. The genie nodded and said, what's your second wish? Rich exclaimed, I want lots of money. I work with a guy named... It's funny because I work with a guy named Rich. I'm not doxing him, I don't think. And he likes to use the term, let me be frank. And he'll be like, let me be frank. And then from that point on, I'll call him Frank. And he gets so confused. Everyone else laughs because they have to because I'm the CTO, so I'm in charge. But he's like, why are you calling me Frank? I mean, now he's like, oh, yeah. You mean the great Wallaber got replaced by AI? How dare you? No, no, no. I reserve Wallaber for the actual important stuff. Really, it's just all the cruft. Where I don't really need Wallaber. It's just like I don't know how certain things work in Unity. I know better, but I used to not know any of this stuff. And so he'd have to teach me the basics. Now I can use ChatGPT to kind of fuddle around with the basics, and he'll help me with the big problem. Okay, that worked. I got rid of 2 and 1. Yes, yes. Okay, I still want to get rid of the house. Can I get rid of the house? There's just a hole. There's just a hole where the house used to be. Right there. You see the hole where the house used to be? Oh yeah. Bye-bye, Chicken Lady's house. Going away. We don't need no stinking fences. We don't need no grass. I know that some of this stuff would be considered like the basics in Unity, like being able to destroy, quote unquote, destroy something. Like this is, but again, I'm doing this trying to use an engine. I'm trying to like jerry rig the engine back. Boom shakalaka. She's gone crazy. She's destroying everything in the village. Watch out for Pyra. What happened there? Was that there before? The little piece of towel? Where's this grass? I love that I can get rid of the houses. Boom. I want to record a video of this for Jacob and say, hey, new feature. Oh, what shop? Let me just, oh wait, I think those are interactable. What things are not interactable? What can I get rid of around here? Give me all your money. What fireplace? The problem is all these are like interactable objects, so I can't really get rid of those, unfortunately. Now he's just like floating. I wonder if I could get rid of the Summiton, the house. Rid of the well? No, I can't get rid of the well. I don't know where. I think the origin point's somewhere in the middle, so it's very unlikely I'm going to be able to get to that middle point. I can get rid of the pillars though. This house is coming down. Wait, can I get rid of this one? Oh no, they're part of the background. Never mind. They're part of the terrain. There's got to be a spot, a secret spot I can hit to get rid of this entire thing. I'm sick of this school. You didn't let me pass my test. Well, have my revenge. Maybe. Maybe not. Come on, Pyro, you can do it. I mean, there is one way we can do this. I can just go in and like make the bounds really absurd, and then she can just go and kill everything. I want to do that for my final hurrah, but before I do that, I want to get rid of debug mode. Like, so we have this map game object where I put arbitrary bounds. I'll find a better way to do this later, but for now, let's go on a rampage. Do you think 10 would do it? Probably, right? 10 in all directions? Well, actually, I don't want 10 in all directions. I'd want it to be like... I still want the Y to be 2. That would make more sense. Let's go see what we can destroy. And we'll wrap up. Okay. Let's try this out. Why are fizzy drinks so tasty? They are so delicious. All right. In fact, what I'm going to do, no, I'll do it after stream because it'll not record very well. This is Grand Theft Shift. Grand Theft Alterium. She's on a rampage. Watch out for Pyra. No, she's destroying the whole town. She doesn't even have to hit it to make it go. Bye-bye, Summiton School. Take this, Dolian. You and your stupid school. The great part is I can still actually do all the activities. Yeah, you better watch out, chicken. Pyra's on her way for you. I need like a little jump animation so you can just jump around. You know how they do in the... Watch out! Wild Pyra's on the loose. I like how she hits up and like something completely random goes away. Oh, nothing interesting here. Do you realize that we spent the effort to make that flower pot say nothing interesting? We literally spent effort to make that do nothing. Just so you understand how much we care about this. No going into invisible houses now. Oh yeah. I'm actually really curious, like, what is that? Oh, is it? Why is that an event? That's weird. That, yeah, like, what is that hole in the ground? Like, what is that there for? Oh, I see. It's a hole in the map ground. That's why it is. I was like, what is that doing? Stupid houses. Yeah, Clay, take that. GTA mode, baby. He's like, what is going on? I like that there's little flames in the sky still. All right. Well, now that we've GTA'd the game, look at that chicken. It's like going crazy down there. Oh, wait. You know what? I'll bet you I could take out some of that tree stuff, too. Wait, I don't think the tree stuff is down here. Go away. No more grass. We don't need you, grass. I took out. Why is the... That's funny. Why are the stairs? Why are the stairs? He's got no chill. Let's take... Now she's like Godzilla style. Tyra don't care. Tyra don't give a... Honey badger. She's clearing out this town. Alright. Anyway, this is dumb. Well, you know, step by little step. Or something. Time to wrap it up. Credits time, baby. Right. This is for all you people that followed and hung out. Thanks for watching me break stuff. Take names. I'm gonna go wrap it up like a tortilla, as my wife would say. Ooh, we could raid Don Ho. You guys know Don Ho? Fellow Minnesotan who writes in C. He's a funny dude. Let's go raid Don Ho. He's got his style. He's a nice guy. You all have a lovely night. Thanks for hanging out, Mendoza. And Sorrow, I hope your stuff goes well. Do some hypes. We're going to pop over to the Mr. Ho, as they say. And you all have a lovely night. Bye.